Howdy. Here we are in the garage. Speed Girl Racing has taken over the garage for the time being. We have both bikes sitting here, pretty close to being put all back together. We got anticipations to go out this weekend and try to get some test and tune passes in here at the local track. What we've had going on, summer has come and is pretty much gone. We don't really race in the summer. We've had weddings and birthdays and everything else in between, and thankfully we love our family so much, and it's time for us to go racing again. It's been a big battle for us. Marley's bike for the most part was pretty hot when we pulled it back off the track and put it in the trailer. At the same time, Tom decided he wanted to go racing again. We pulled his bike out last race, and we were able to put it down the track a couple 7 passes and make sure he got his license, 9-second license. But overall, the bike wasn't really happy. So, long story short, here we are, end of the summer. We're getting ready to go racing again. We've been wrenching on them quite a bit. We decided to go ahead and do some preventative maintenance for the most part on Tom's bike. Did a compression test, leak down test. It was okay. It was across the board. We had some smoke blowing out the exhaust. We knew they were leaking. It's been sitting for, 6, 7 years? I don't know how long, but a long time in the trailer. So basically, we busted down over engine, valve springs, and valve guide seal job real quick, put it all back together. We basically went and touched every single nut and bolt on the whole entire bike. New chain, some couple electronics we added to the bike, auto shift and a delay box, changed the shifter up a little bit. Just a bunch of things Tom wanted to do to get the bike back on the track and make it competitive and you know, up to par, I guess, for the most part. Marley's bike last time out, same weekend, Huns Run here in Tucson, Arizona. Bike was hot all night long. She managed to qualify second in the competition class, and then managed to go runner-up. And then the motorcycle class that she ran that night, she qualified number 1, and she took that trophy home that night. Fun night. We raced till 5 o'clock in the morning, packed it all up, came home. Bikes have been sitting until we recently decided to tear them all apart. Marley's bike, we went to go do same thing, just see the health of the engine and see what we were working with. In the process, we found number 3 cylinder was a little weak. Weren't really happy with it on the top end of the leak down test. We weren't real happy with it, so figured we'd go ahead and do valve guide seals and springs in it also. During all of that, we had a little mishap on our own, not really paying attention, and we snapped the timing chain. At that moment, Tom decided to rip the motor out of the bike, and throw it on the bench. A couple days goes by, we come in the garage, tore it all apart. It was mic'd out good, pistons, cylinder walls, springs, everything looked real beautiful inside of the bike. We just put a transmission in it. Everything looked good, so we figured we'd just slap a chain in it and continue on with our deal. In the process, looking at the bottom side of the head, something we would have never seen doing an overhead valve guide seal and spring job. Number 3 looked a little rough, so we did a little hand lap on it, made everything work out, put it all back together, and we bumped the compression right back up to where we wanted it, 140, 150s, awesome, bike's happy, got it fired up again, and sounds great. Can't wait to see what it's got, you know, coming. There are a couple more things left before this weekend. We got to finish up the clutch assembly on Marley's bike, and then we are going to tear apart the clutch pack, make sure that our stack is correct, our clutch stack. We are going to build ourselves a little static shim box, you know, plus or minus a couple thou, so that we can try to figure out this clutch, because that's ultimately the game in this situation. overall, it's been fun. It's been a long summer. We're ready to go riding again. Marley's itching to get down and I'm not gonna say retire the bike, but I think at the end of this year we might be building something new for her. So we'll see what happens there. So you'll have to stay tuned. But either way, we're gonna pack them in the trailer probably tomorrow night and just see what we get this weekend. There's gonna be a test and tune here in Tucson. It's the Nitro Showdown, well, I don't even know, but September 5th, 6th here at Tucson Dragway, Tucson, Arizona, and you guys are around. What's up, guys? Here we are out at the track. We got out here. We've had quite a few issues, a little bit of wrenching. We weren't really tied up with all of our loose ends before we left the house, but either way.
Last night we came out here thinking we were going to be ready to throw down some test and tune passes. Wasn't really what we planned. Had a couple issues with Marley's bike. Probably should have checked it out a little bit before we left the garage, but either way, we were able to get it repaired and whatnot. Tom's bike went down the track pretty good. We tried to make a clutch adjustment and just wasn't real happy. So anyways, long story short, we got invited back to come back. Over here working on the clutch. Yeah. And this was. If you look down in here, we had to do a little repair. The fuel tank was actually cracked on Marley's bike. I don't know if you can see it, but either way, some JB welds, some hose clamps, and some rubber. We were able to get it to stop leaking, and we got it down the track. So either way, like I said, we're gonna go out tonight and have some fun.
Pumps on, computers on, mags grounded, air's on, safety's out. As soon as they fire, we're firing. Go ahead, guys.
day, got there, unloaded the bikes, was ready to go through tech, went to go put fuel in the bikes, realized that we had some loose ends. That being said, we kind of chased a fuel leak on Marley's bike all night. It took kind of a what would you do if you were in Mexico repair. Anyways, JB weld, rubber, and some hose clamps. We were able to get it to stop leaking. But by this time it was like 9:30 at night, and we were really hustling to try to just get some more passes in, or at least get a pass in. Tom had made one by this point. Anyways, we finally got the bike together. Tom and Marley made the first pass in 10 years, 9-10 years. I need to really get Tom over here and let him lay all this out. But either way, 9-10 years, they were able to make a pass together for the first time ever. Ooh, heart-wrencher. Anyways, later on in the night, we got Marley's bike down the track. Tom ended up wanting to make a clutch adjustment and ended up kind of dragging him through the beams. We weren't really happy with it, so we pulled the bike out. Marley made her last pass for the night. We ended up getting a little kind of special invitation. I don't know what you really want to call it, but either way, we were able to come back Saturday night. We followed the UNFC, United Nitro Funny Cars, and the Western Fuel Alters, their little show that they put on out here at Tucson Dragway. What an awesome event, so badass. Thankful to be a part of all of that. We actually ended up running right after them, as far as we were just trying to get some more test and tune passes on the bikes, and it was up in the air going into it Saturday. Made a few adjustments Saturday before we actually hit the track. We got a little rain delay, no big deal. Anyways, first pass up, Tom's trying out some of his electronics that he just put on the bike, and kind of forgot what button to hit. Anyways, bike takes off, Marley goes down the track. Beautiful. At that point, we come back to the pit. Tom kind of decided that he knew where he messed up, and that we were going to put a 1-second delay in the box and try to make a show out of it, I guess you can say, for the most part. Anyways, we get back up to the line the second time, and Marley and Tom both made really good passes. Some little tweaking, nothing crazy, but either way, Marley, I'll put this time slips up and show you guys, but for having these bikes just apart and getting them back on the track to what we just did, I think it's pretty incredible. I want to, not me, but we need to pull them back out, do a couple little more tweaks on them before we get out to this next divisional race here. I think it's in Phoenix in October, the beginning of October. But either way, next time I get them in the garage, I'll go ahead and do a little video or whatever and show you guys what's going on. But either way, I think these bikes are back. They've been in the trailer for a long time, and I think it's going to be, I think we got something to bring to the table, and I think we're back in racing.